At the same time, my claim about small fortunes was true. And that's because candle snuffers can work as multipliers, at least when they're paired with chamber sticks. By the way, the term at least is always two words. The same thing goes for at most, at best, or any other phrase composed of at followed by a descriptor. Even if you forget everything else in this video, at least you can remember that.
Shut up! For time!
As you've probably guessed, chamber sticks are basically portable candle holders. They've been around since the Middle Ages, but they exploded in popularity in the 1700s. Some were strictly utilitarian, and others were works of art, but in either case, they were almost always sold in pairs. The same thing is true of candlesticks, taper sticks, and candelabra, but there was something that set chamber sticks apart. You know how your vacuum has a bunch of attachments that you never use? Well, chamber sticks often came with their own snuffers, and it wasn't uncommon for those to be put aside or lost.
I must confiscate this, sir, and take it with me for clinical examination.
Chances are that you wouldn't pay very much for whatever this thing is. Unless it's particularly old or special in some way, the same is generally true of a brass candlestick. On the other hand, the value of a chamber stick is defined by its age, its condition, and its material, and the matched pair can be worth 3 times the price of a single. There's a way to double that price again, and that's if you have all of the attachments. If you have an antique or vintage object that needs identifying, and if Google keeps lying to you, send me a picture at whatisthisoldthing@gmail.com. You can also support me on Patreon. I know that I'm offering a cliched conclusion this time, but at least I didn't say like and subscribe. What the hell is this thing? That's the question that a viewer sent me, and I'll be honest with you. I'm only answering like this because I have one. In fact, I have 2. And if you also have 2, there's a chance that you have a small fortune.
This is Hero's engine. It's essentially a steam-powered rocket engine that was invented almost 2,000 years ago. With water and fire, I clocked my Hero's engine at 2,500 RPM. But let's see what we can get if we make some improvements. First, let's swap out the heavy metal bulb with a much lighter ping pong ball. And let's swap out the water for liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen has the benefit that you don't need any fire to turn it into a gas. The ambient temperature of the room will do that for you. So it's basically like taking a regular Hero's engine and throwing it in a furnace. So let's see what happens. First, I just need to make a hole for the liquid nitrogen to go in. This will also serve as our hole for the gas to come out as well. So I'll just make a pinhole in the side and bend it so that it's angled. This makes it so the gas isn't just shot straight out, but it's coming out at an angle that will turn the ping pong ball. Then you dump the ping pong ball in liquid nitrogen. So you're left with a tiny amount of liquid nitrogen inside the ping pong ball now. Okay, so I figure the safest thing to do is to toss it into here first, because I'm not sure if it's going to explode. Okay, let's see what happens here. look how fast it's spinning. The writing on it just disappears in a blur. That's so cool. So I colored one side of the ball black, and I'm going to use my tachometer to clock the rotational speed. Here we go. Oh, 11,000 RPM. Oh, I saw 18,000, 13,000 for a sec. So let's see what happens when I put it in a shallow dish of warm water. Oh. That was fast. I wasn't able to clock it, but the pitch of it was so much higher than any of the previous ones that I'd done before, so I know it was going much faster. And let's swap out the water for liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen has the benefit that you don't need any fire to turn it into a gas. The ambient temperature of the room will do that for you. So it's basically like taking a regular Hero's engine and throwing it in a furnace. So let's see what happens. First, I just need to make a hole for the liquid nitrogen to go in. This will also serve as our hole for the gas to come out as well. So I'll just make a pinhole in the side and bend it so that it's angled. This makes it so the gas isn't just shot straight out, but it's coming out at an angle that will turn the ping pong ball. Then you dunk the ping pong ball in liquid nitrogen. So you're left with a tiny amount of liquid nitrogen inside the ping pong ball now. Okay, so I figure the safest thing to do is to toss it into here first, because I'm not sure if it's going to explode. Okay, let's see what happens here. Whoa, look how fast it's spinning.
This is a non-Newtonian cone, and anyone who successfully touches the tip will win $10,000. As soon as the news came out, everyone was eager to try. The man in the hat tried first, but the slope was too steep, and he failed halfway. The second time was still unsuccessful. Seeing this scene, teammates challenged one after another, but they all failed, and their clothes were dirty. Although the most capable boy grabbed the structure, he only held on for a second. At this time, someone suggested using a human ladder to climb up one by one. This method requires speed and stability. The higher you climb, the greater the pressure on the people below. Just when they were about to succeed, the people below couldn't hold on and failed. After several attempts, the bearded man finally succeeded in climbing to the top. However, the production team did not approve of this method and said that it must be done alone. Everyone said that this method could not succeed, but the bearded man did not give up. After dozens of failures, he finally succeeded in reaching the top with his skills. This is a non-Newtonian cone, and anyone who successfully touches Rare images that'll make you say, damn, that's rare. In China, for affordable prices, people can rent an entire mall after closing hours for soft gel wars. This has got to be the most epic thing ever. We need this over here. Someone please get it done. There are these umbrella drying stations in Korea that vibrates your shaft vigorously to get all of the liquid out of it. A tree frog demonstrates how it sticks to surfaces like leaves or glass. They utilize a combination of wet adhesion aided by mucus secretion and a specialized toe pad structure to stick to surfaces. Their toe pads are equipped with tiny pillars and nanoscale structures, allowing them to form a tight seal with the surface, and the mucus acts as a lubricant, enhancing the adhesive effect. A 72-year-old father in Paraguay waits every night at a dark bus stop to walk his daughter home from work to ensure her safety. In Turkey, a sheepdog went missing for 2 days, and when it was found, it was guarding a lost sheep that had given birth to a lamb out in the wilderness. Did you know the BBC uses mobile robotic cameras disguised as dung heaps to film wildlife up close? What a pile of crap. This guy came back to discover that someone glued his bike lock and made so he couldn't unlock his bike. A hippopotamus has one of the strongest bites in the animal kingdom, with a force of around 1,800 pounds per square inch. Their bites are strong enough to crush a bowling ball or even a human skull. This is an actual monument in Cyprus called the Big Potato. It's made of fiberglass. This video demonstrates the pressure difference in water during a dive. As you descend into the ocean, the weight of the water above you increases, leading to a corresponding increase in pressure. This pressure, exerted equally in all directions, can crush objects that are not designed to withstand it. This is the ginormous statue of the Chinese general, Guan Yu, in China. During a rainstorm in Japan, wild animals will take shelter in the same place as humans. But for some obscure reason, I can't ever imagine this happening in Texas. A mommy otter was spotted putting her pup on her belly so they can nap together. I'm surprised I can still function after witnessing this amount of cuteness firsthand. This warms my heart. This father successfully protected his 2 sons from getting struck in the face by a bat in flight during a football game. If you are swimming and see a large circle of bubbles forming around you, get out of there as soon as possible. It might just be a pod of whales closing in on you. See, the trick in this situation is to not go swimming in the middle of fucking nowhere. This is what happens when a truck and a tank bum mechanical nozzles to produce a baby. A trank, if you will. This is a condom found in the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun. This alligator has metabolic bone disease, a condition where alligators develop weak, fragile bones due to imbalances in calcium, phosphorus, or vitamin D. This can lead to various health issues, including reduced feed consumption, lethargy, and even spontaneous fractures. Someone said he looks like he's on his way to give advice to an evil king. I'm still bawling. Rare images that'll make you...
No one understands me. If I actually told people how I'm feeling, they would think it'd be different. That is a lie that I told myself.